Alright you guys, so this is the fourth Norco Truax frame that I've got since I first bought the bike back in May of 2014. So less than 3 years, and this is now the fourth frame I'm on, which is pretty terrible. As you know, the first time I broke my blue frame was when I crashed into a tree. So that was covered under the crash replacement warranty, so I still had to pay half price for the new frame, unfortunately. So then I got the orange 2013 frame, which was great. It was nice, you know. But then that frame only lasted for 1 year until I noticed a crack under the top tube by the seat post. And so then I got that warranted for free, thankfully, so then I didn't have to pay anything. So then that was the third frame that I got after that, and that was in about October of 2015 that I got that frame. And then that frame also lasted for 1 year. So what happened to the third frame was the exact same thing that happened to the second frame, which was that the same crack was found under here, the exact same crack. It was just identical. I never actually got any pictures or video of it. So basically, yeah, the exact same problem happened to me twice in a row, and each frame only lasted 1 year long, right? And so then that third frame then got warranted for this now. So then this was also free. Just paid basically $30 for some kind of, I don't know, warranty fees, whatever. So anyway, so now this is my fourth frame, okay? The fourth Norco Truax frame that I've got. So on one hand, it's kind of nice to have a shiny new frame, you know? Looks great, you know, it's brand new, no scratches, no, you know, dents. It generally will, you know, hopefully last longer. At least that's the idea. But the problem is, all my other frames didn't last for any longer than a year. So how do I know that this frame is gonna last for that long, right? That's the problem. Because, like, I like this bike a lot, I think it's great, but if this frame only lasts for only 1 year, then that's not cool. Like, I want a bike that lasts longer than that, much longer than that, right? Like, if I want to be able to sell the bike eventually, then yeah, I want to be able to have it intact in one piece, obviously, right? So I don't know what to think of this, right? Like, I'm really glad that I have a 26-inch bike, a Freeride bike. That's awesome, because I love that. I love 26-inch, and that's getting harder and harder to get these days. And so now, you know, I still got that. I still got the 26-inch Freeride bike, which is awesome. I'm stoked, right? So I'm really glad about that. And so basically, when I first noticed this crack, it was actually when I was at Whistler, on the second to last closing weekend at Whistler. It was like early October is when I first noticed the crack that was under here. That really pissed me off, you know? And so basically, I was not even sure anymore if like Norco was gonna have any more of these frames, because this is a 2013 frame and they stopped making them since 2013, right? So there's gonna be a point where they just have no more frames left anymore, right? And I was kind of thinking like, yeah, they might not have any more frames anymore, right? So yeah, when I brought it to the shop that I bought this from, I mean, I wasn't entirely sure what was gonna happen, you know. We'll see. If they don't have another frame, then I guess they'd have to give me some other frame. I don't know what would happen. Anyway, so a few weeks go by where I don't hear anything from the bike shop, so I called them, and then I asked them like, what's going on with my bike, and then they ended up telling me, oh yeah, there's no more frames left. They said that there's no more Truax frames, so they're gonna figure out what to do for me. Like, they're gonna think of, you know, maybe giving me a whole bike for cheap or something like that. I don't know. Thing is, I wasn't really interested in any other Norco bikes though, honestly. But if they gave me some for cheap, then great, I could sell it maybe, but still, I want this frame. So anyway, that's what they said. They said, oh yeah, they'll get back to me about, you know, what they can decide, because they said that there's no more Truax frames. But then, like 4 days later, all of a sudden I get a call from the bike shop saying, oh yeah, my bike is ready to be picked up all of a sudden. I'm like, oh. So it turns out that they did have a Truax frame, and that's great. And so now I've got one, and so I'm happy about that, right? Don't have to worry about, you know, finding a new bike or anything. I just got exactly what I wanted, so I'm happy about that. They got the frame. I'm glad I got the same frame, but at the same time, this is the fourth frame in like 3 years. So I don't know what I'm supposed to think about this, right? Like, how long is this frame gonna last me, right? Like, what am I doing wrong here? Like, I don't know, I just don't have confidence anymore in this kind of bike, even though I like the bike. I like the geometry, the whole sizing of it, the shape of it and everything. I think it's great. The Freeride bike, 26 inch, I love it, right? So I'm really glad that I can still have the same kind of bike, but man, like, I don't know how long this is supposed to last for, you know? So that's what's going on with my bike situation, and of course, you know, I can't ride right now anyway. My hand is pretty weak and stiff, so I can't even ride right now anyway. But yeah, you know, otherwise I'm glad I got the same frame, and that it was warranted for free basically. So I'm glad about that, but I don't know how long this bike is gonna last for, right? That's the problem.